Hi everyone, this is Keegan Nouse, and this is my little video showing you just how to run a quick sample on the FTIR here in the organic chemistry lab, in between the organic lab and the biochem lab. So the first thing you'll want to do is just head over here to the desktop monitor and open up the program. It's this OM-NIC kind of triangle thing. This voltage error message, you can feel free to just minimize. And then that takes you here to the program where there will be a blank spectrum. The first thing you'll want to do is set up your experimental parameters. Really the only thing you want to change here is the number of scans you're taking. Here I'm only using a very short number of scans, so that way this doesn't take too long. So you'll go ahead and save that, click OK once you have everything set. And the first thing you'll do is collect a background spectrum. Now before I do that, I want to make sure that the ATR platform is all nice and clean. So the first thing I'll do is take some water and a chem wipe, and then just to be extra sure, some acetone. That's probably a little bit too much. And now we have a nice clean ATR platform. So to take a background, you don't have to move this over, screw it down or anything. You can just leave it like that. If it's a liquid sample, I'll be doing a solid today. But if it's a liquid, you'll want to just use the blank solvent, whatever pure solvent your sample has been dissolved in. So head over here, get rid of that error message again, and go ahead and collect our background. It'll go ahead and tell you it's collecting it, hit OK. It'll show you that it's collecting the scans down here. It'll tell you how many scans you have left. Like I said, I've only done 4 this time, but a more reasonable number usually is about 16, 20, 24. I find gives the best data with taking the least amount of time. So here's the background spectrum. It's not going to look like anything interpretable. It just kind of is going to be random depending on the background itself. You can choose to add this to the window or not. Usually for the background you hit no, just so that way it's not in your way. But the system will automatically subtract that background from the next few scans, and then you don't have to collect the background again after that. You can just analyze your samples in rapid succession. So I'm going to hand the camera over to my lovely assistant, Anna Claire, and I will put my solid sample on the ATR platform. Really only need a very small amount for the ATR, just enough to cover a little laser crystal. And after it's on the platform, move the arm over and screw it down until you hear one click, which is that. Thank you, Anna Claire. So now we'll come over here, collect sample. You can name the spectrum, but you can also name it later when you go to save the file. Collect that spectrum. All right, and that looks like about what we should be getting. You can see the peaks that you can analyze, with your table. You can see a very clear CO peak stretch there, and use this data for later. If it doesn't look like this, if it looks really wonky, there's probably a sign that your background is wrong, or you have some kind of contaminant. Maybe the crystal wasn't covered all the way with your sample, and then you can see these noisy regions here. You can minimize the noise by adding the number of scans, of course. And then once you have a spectrum that you're satisfied with, go ahead and add that to window 1. It'll keep that here for you. And then you can go up here to File, Save. And then of course you can name your file. You can save it either as a spectrum file, or you can save it as the CSV table text type file that you will use later to put into Excel. That's about it for using the IR machine. You'll want to make sure that you delete your spectra off of here for the next person, so just click on it and hit clear. That'll leave it blank for the next person. And then of course remove your sample from the platform and be sure to clean the platform as well as the arm really good with water and acetone like shown before. That's about it. Thank you.